Thank you very much for the opportunity, my lady. We're talking about seasons of life.
Metla.
Metla.
So I'm right to say we're talking on Ecclesiastes.
Yes, you
ma'am.
are.
Yes, ma'am. Shall we get onto it, please?
Thank you very much. Seasons of life. Life by itself is a cycle. And the cycle happens to all living things. All living things have got a cycle that governs them. We are born, we live, we die, and the cycle keeps on repeating.
Yeah.
And that is why in a year we've got 12 months a year. And within the months we've got 31 days depending. And there is what is called a day, sunset and sunrise, 24 hours, 1 hour, 60 minutes, 1 minute, 60 seconds. And it keeps on repeating every single day. That cycle keeps on repeating. That cycle is created by God for a divine reason, for a divine purpose. And we find that cycle in the book of Genesis chapter 1, from verse 14 to verse 15, where the Bible speaks about the day and the night, and how the day and the night should be and must be and is in actual fact signs and seasons for days and years. And it is something that will always keep on happening. Seasons ensure the continuity of life. And seasons are room for opportunity to avail themselves. So every time a new season comes up, it is an opportunity for growth. It is an opportunity for increment. It is an opportunity for a new beginning, for a new birth. It is an opportunity for a realignment in case you were off alignment. It is an opportunity for evolution to take place. It is also an opportunity for us to expand our vision. So what is a season? A season is a period of time, specific moments that are distinguished by specific characteristics. And the natural seasons are a reminder to man of how awesome God is and the majesty of God, how God is the creator of all things. Seasons testify about God's faithfulness in our lives. For he said he will never leave us nor forsake us. For what he has said is proved daily by the rising and the setting of the sun.
Yes, ma'am.
When seed time comes, it speaks about the majesty of God. When harvest time comes, it speaks about the provisions of God. So every season that comes reveals to us the character of God. Because creation displays his glory, his power, his beauty, and his divine nature. So everything that happens in our lives, we need to see the hand of God, the presence of God in it. For God has set our times and boundaries. We are where we are right now for a reason. And I know at times it can be hard to perceive or understand the reason, or even understand the season that one is in. But understand that it is important for each and every person to understand the seasons of their lives. Because my season that I'm in right now, my lady, is totally different from the season that you are in.
Very true.
For many, many reasons. So ultimately, we have to come to a place where we trust God, that all things are working out for our good. Romans chapter 8, verse 28.
Yes,
because at times we're in a season where there is dryness. But in the midst of that dryness, we have to see the works of God. We have to understand, we have to perceive why God permitted us to go through a dry season. Because he permits seasons to happen for a divine reason and for our own good. When we perceive what God is doing in our season, then it becomes possible for us to embrace the season. We start now opening up to the lessons that are being brought forth by the season. Because every season carries lessons. And seasons are a way for God to capture our hearts, our attention, and to give us faith. Because there are certain seasons that draw us nearer and closer to God because of the happenings the season a day. We find ourselves praying more. We find ourselves worshiping more. We find ourselves praising God more because of the season that we are in. And seasons teach us that things are constantly changing, because things, they have to keep on evolving. Seasons teach us as well to see the best in a situation, to stay in the now and to focus on what we can control and not to be frustrated by the things that we cannot control. Because when you are going through a season, you have to be very, very smart as in terms of what are you focusing on? Because what you focus on determines and influences how quickly you go through the season and the lessons that you get out of the season. And seasons teach us how to count and number the days so that we can be wise and not waste the day. So that we can have understanding that we need to work whilst it is still day, knowing that darkness, night is coming when no man can work. That is found in John chapter 9, verse 4. For the days of men are few and are very, very much numbered indeed. So when you go through a season, try and figure out what is my time. What is it that I need to be doing? Because within a season, there is something that you need to be doing at each and every time. So if you are doing something at the wrong time, it will bear no fruit. And again, seasons teach us about change. That change is inevitable. You cannot avoid it, neither can you stop it. For life is not a constant but a dynamic, vibrant thing. Change has to happen. Winter is a time, it's one of the seasons. Winter is a time for us to be still and reflect inward. That is winter. Spring brings us hope. These are the normal seasons that we are taught kuskolong kasayenzo. Spring brings us hope and new life. These are 3 seasons that are found in our life. And summer brings us joy and adventure. Autumn or fall teaches us to let go and release the burdens that we have been holding on to. So you see, every season has got its own peculiarities. Seasons as well teach us how to value the things or people, because it teaches us that things pass away. People pass away. So seasons teach us how to cherish, celebrate for a season that we are in today is not assured to repeat itself exactly as it is today. So we come to a point where we learn how to cherish today. And seasons teach us how to have greater wisdom. For seasons teach us that when it is the planting season, we have to be planting. You cannot desire to harvest during a planting season. That says you are off alignment to the seasons of your life. And during the harvest season, you harvest. And now you need wisdom to know, what do I do with my harvest? You store your harvest in your storehouses. For I can assure you, famine is coming. That is why Joseph in the Bible spoke about the seasons, the years of plenty and the years of famine. So the seasons teaches us as human beings, I'm in a season where I need to be building a house and not buying a car. Because if you buy a car in the season where you're supposed to be building a house, you are messing up your life. And seasons teaches us how to prepare for tomorrow, today. And seasons teach us how not to waste our today. Because you prepare for your tomorrow, today. For the Bible says, wise men leave inheritance for their children. That's Proverbs chapter 13, verse 22. So you cannot leave an inheritance for your children if you did not prepare. Therefore, season teaches us how to prepare. Seasons instill focus and discipline in us. Not only that, but seasons also humble us, particularly the season of famine, the season of dryness, the season of lack. It purges us of pride. It deals with our ego. It deals with our arrogance. It deals with our desire for self-exaltation. For these are the seasons that shape the life of a human being. And I want to just mention quickly before I close, seasons of a Christian life. There are 6 seasons to the life of a Christian. Number 1, there is a dry season. I'm not going to go into detail about them. We'll break it down next time we meet. I'm just mentioning now.
Yes.
Number 1, seasons of a Christian life. Number 1, there is the dry season where nothing is moving, where it seems all dead, and it seems like there is nothing that you can do to improve anything that you are doing. It is a season of dryness. And then comes your waiting season, where you have got hope. You believe that a breakthrough is around the corner. Number 3 is your grinding season, where now you have to put in the work, where you are trying all things, you are pushing, you want things to work out. That is your grinding season. You are laboring. And then comes the season of testing and trial, where now God is perfecting you and proving to everybody the kind of fabric that you are made out of, the kind of person that you are, where you are perfected through challenges. And then comes the season of spiritual warfare, where now you have to contend in the spiritual realm through prayer and praise and worship for the things that you want, for the things that you are believing God for. And then comes your happy season, where your prayers are answered. So these are the 6 seasons of the life of a Christian that we'll get into as we continue with these sessions on Bridging the Gap. And in conclusion, I just want to say it is important for us to understand the seasons of our lives, because understanding the seasons that we are in influences and is actually good for our decision making. Lest we find ourselves at war with the seasons when we are out of alignment. So your decision making is key when you understand the seasons that you are in, because there are times when you need to walk away. Then you will understand, in this season it is time for me to walk away from the thing. There are times when you need to burn your bridges. Aware, you are doing it consciously because you understand the seasons that we are in. And my last word to everybody is that let us not judge one another, because we have a tendency of human beings of judging people when they're going through that dry season without understanding she is going through her dry season. We judge them when they're going through that season of testing and trial, instead of being understanding and being supportive. For we forget that seasons happen to all of us. Winter comes for all of us and to all of us. Summer comes to all of us and for all of us. And during summer, we rejoice. During winter, we introspect. But be assured, as the winter is upon you, your season of joy will come. Your season of summer shall come. That is my last word of giving hope to somebody who is going through a season of dryness, to say, be still and know that He is God. Have hope in the Lord, for He is working out something for you. And in due course, it will come to pass.
Where is it?
Where is it?
And go on and on and on. For me, it's not complete. Ha ke sa re jalo modimo re rute go bala malatsi a rona. In English it says, so teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom.
Amen.
Very right. Because
we will continue,
when God wish, we have to.
We have
to. Yes, we have to. We have to. Emma,
sorry, my lady, for interrupting. We will continue with the seasons and we'll break them down one by one as we move along on Bridging the Gap. And we will speak about the signs that signify what type of season you are in, what to do during that season. And just like that, we'll go through them one by one.
Okay.